mga pinalanggang Davao noon, ang atong pinalanggang Presidente, Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Kanirabang akong mata limitado. Ang makitaan ani dili laki babae ra gyud. Di ko kitag laki, kana mga gwapa ra pod. Ang problema ani naadto nako sa tanang Foundation Day, anniversary. Ang itagbo nila sa ko atag-as ayo mga babae. Walay ka tupong nimo ba nga patas ang laban? BDP laban ra bata. Well, anyway, I'll just pay my respects to Governor Del Rosario, Senator Angara, San Isidro, si Vice Governor Alan Duhali, Mayor Alan Rilion, Mayor Merna Teresa Timbol, Postmaster General Joel Otara. Thank you for that commemorative stamp, sir. Makauban ako sa gobyerno, ang akong mga kaigsuunan, mayong hapon kaninyong tanan. Kanibang speech nako, duha ra ka pages. Mayong adlaw sa tanan. Alkansi ko sa gasulinang yawa. You know, I got 3 invitations today coming from the local government units that were converted into provinces some 50 years ago. I remember this place because my father was one of the original lawyers of an association on, actually, Utah pa rin, the Tagum Tillers, who tilled the land. And there was a case in the issuance of titles, and my father was just was very young, and I was only 1950, I was a child. Ang tawag na mo nga rin, Magugpo. That's the original name of Tagum. And by the grace of God, my father became governor, but in 1967, 68, he died. And the one huge province of Davao was divided into 4 local governments. Davao City, which Lopez, kasi bradman niya si Presidente Marcos sa Sigmaro, he was retained as the mayor of the city of Davao. Then, ito dito na ibigay kay Bulanon daghan dere. Actually, sila forgot that kalimot na ko. It's a vague memory, but kadaghanan dere na appoint. And simply, it was really a gerrymandering. You divide one big piece of property, you divide it to accommodate political leaders, which is also good, but that is not the usual practice. But I think that dividing Davao Oriental also invited me to be there today, but I could only accommodate about 2. Sabi ko na ibang panahon na lang kayo, because I have to travel to Oriental, then cross again. You know, my day, hindi ko naman dinidinayan, my day starts at 1. I work, but at 1 o'clock after lunch. Nakakaligo na ako niyan. I do not have any nocturnal life. Adventures, wala na, matanda na ako. I usually sign papers, ganong kakapal, lalo na kung hindi ako mag-report sa bahay ko dyan sa by the river. Ayaw ko tawagin niya ng palasyo, saka hindi naman palasyo. I do not like the term palace. It's just the residence of a co-worker of government. Pareho tayo. And I get to being a lawyer and going by the past experiences of presidents, masay delikado ba? You just sign there, even if it is already a process to coming from your assistants, you still have to read, lalo na yung mga contracts, because sometimes there is where the flag, the red flag is. I hate corruption, and if there's one thing that hindi ka talaga makalusot sa akin is do not do it, because I'm not doing it, and I've never done it in the 23 years of my mayorship in the city, and a congressman for one term, and another term during the mayorship of my daughter, yung panahon ng bugbog itong si Inday ng sheriff. So, ayun, that's my life. I read documents, hindi ko pinapaano yan. Then I have to study. And I am today with a heavy heart. Because by the time I reach home, nandoon na yung papel na briefer for the day, and nandoon yung mga narratives. It's a sort of a journal like the police, but it's a makapal. It's a narrative of today's events that happening in Marawi, and I get to read so many soldiers and police who are dying. It's almost like akin, pareho ng guilt feelings, pero trabaho ko kasi may only consoling issue there is that I have to do it because it is my constitutional duty to preserve and defend the Filipino people. Wala akong magawa niyan. I read yung patay, lalo na sa mga sundalo. If there is one person in this republic, in this country, who is really traveling with a heavy heart, it's me. Because I ordered the armed forces and the police to go there and fight, and perhaps to die. So every time I read the casualties, parang it's very unsettling. Gilok sa lawas na hindi ko malaman kung anong gawin ko, but I cannot stop the fighting because I will never compromise with the terrorism. I can perhaps understand. Yung mga komunista, dahil ang ulo At no other time, na kung may presidente na pwede yung mag-usap ng ganito. Until now, there is no ceasefire. We have continued fighting. But walang mga aresto. And you go downtown and it is as if it's still there. Naminaw mo karon, doon naman ng Paradise Imbak inyong labangon diha. Would you kindly stop fighting? Wala mo ko igipangayo. Ang problema itong kayo mga komunista, you do not want my soldiers, because ako commander-in-chief tsaka parang personal na mga anak ko yun. Ako yung nag-utos sa kanila na, because they have to patrol and control every inch of the territory. Do not give me that shit na nisulod man ko ng imong mga sundalo, mayor sa among, that's bullshit. I am the president and I will never allow that proposition. Though we are not there all the time, we cannot guard every inch of this republic. But I must insist that I own the republic in behalf of the Filipino people. Every inch of the way. So ayaw tagay nga naamoy teritoryo that I will recognize because I will not do it. One, it is wrong. Second, it's a defeatist stand. O ngayon, itong kayong mga komunista nakikinig ngayon, marami, hands up ka. Kalawon man di ay. Sige, tasok kamot. Labon po tagtas bukin, makagunit og pusyon, bugiro kayo. You know, ano ba itong mga buang na ito? At when I was vice mayor, yung sa set-up sa ORD, just before the regular revolutionary government ni Cory, I was appointed vice governor for 1 year. I went dyan sa Paradise Imbak. Alam mo, ginawa na itong mga buang na ito? Hinold ako, tapos kinanggaro court ako. At sabi nila, ito yung fiscal na nagpo-prosecute sa atin. Sabi ko, totoo. Ano palang gawin ko sa inyo? Yan ang trabaho ko. Sabi nila, wala ito, firing squad. Sabi ko, look, nakikinig mo yan sila ngayon. Tangin mo. Di ko address. Lahat ng tao na mamatay sa mundo ito. Walang lulusot. Kung patayin ninyo ako, susunod rin kayo. Pero let it be known that you killed me because I was doing my duty as a prosecutor. Yan lang ang gusto ko malaman ng tao.